Still not really used to the mirror thing yet. Isn't that weird? Anyways, hi everybody. Welcome to the Kev Indiana Jones Show. I am Kev Indiana Jones. Welcome to episode 12? Yes, indeed. This is unreal. Episode 12. We've done 12 of these things. Thank you for being with me on this journey. This has been quite fun. I mean, I didn't think it would go this far. I didn't think my interest would remain, but yet it has, and here we are. So boy, oh boy, here we go, episode 12, and it's kind of weird, but today we're talking about me, baby, me, you bastards. So yeah, everything's cool, no big deal. Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of meaning to do a show involving you asking me questions, and I've gotten a great response for the past day. I put it up online, and so yippee. I have people actually asking me questions, so that's going to be a whole lot of fun. And I just want to go real quick over my outfit right now. This is my Last Crusade. I have my Herbert Johnson Last Crusade in Deep Sable on. This is probably my favorite hat that I own. I added a good amount of a curl to it finally, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. This is my Caroline shirt, my Last Crusade shirt, and my beautiful, gorgeous Steele and Jones jacket. This is the Smithsonian version, and yes, it has the black interior, but I mean, okay, I don't care if that's not how it is in real life. Okay, whatever. I don't care. I just adore how this looks on the outside, my friends. This is my favorite getup. This is my favorite gear. I have my Spade and Archer bag strap and my good old-fashioned bag. Of course, you know, I always have this on me because it's a good thing to hang on to when I'm just hanging out, being all cool and shooting some b-ball outside of the school with y'alls. Anyways. Yes, so this is my favorite outfit that I do. I have on actual pants today. I'm wearing pants this time. I mean, you can't you? Yeah, let's attempt this. Yeah, I mean, you can't really see it. It'll just be my crotch fully on the camera, so I don't want to do that. Anyways, let's get this timer going because we're just talking about me, and I don't like talking about myself all that much. So that's why I asked you all to ask me questions. Yippee! So I did. So for this week in Indy, yeah, I mean, this past week has been somewhat interesting. I'm going to go over things I've gotten in the past couple weeks, which is awesome. I got this a while ago. This is a vintage, you know, sold as vintage, brand new compass, which, you know, I don't think we ever see Indy using, but he would definitely have a compass, for crying out loud. It's a cool little thing, you know, not too expensive, and it has a sundial on it. It looks nice and old. I like it a lot. And it comes with a neat little leather case, which is definitely Indy, because we all know Indy is a leather daddy. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. I got this because my favorite scene, it's not my favorite scene, but I really love, it's a hilarious part in Last Crusade when he's looking at his old, goddamn, that's tight. Shit. Binoculars. First time I took these out, a stink bug fell out. That was cool and fun to deal with. This little part's coming off, but I don't really care. I don't really care. Look at these cool things. These they work okay. They do work all right. I can see my Lego set pretty well. That's 10 feet away. But yeah, I mean, Dad, we're well out of range, and these are close enough for me. I love these things so much. And the old ass leather case that it came in. Oh, look at that. That's neat. See, I'm still not used to this mirror. The damn mirror. I see I'm getting some additional questions, and that's kind of neat. I'll go through those real quick, if and I can. And last but not least, well, maybe least, I don't know. But a canteen. I can't remember what I was watching, but it was someone drinking at a canteen. I was like, wait a second, Indy would totally have a canteen in his backpack, at least. And so I got this old, not old, but it's from, I think, 2002, it says, military, army, I think, specific canteen. And why the hell would he not have something like this? All three of these things, in fact. So I just kind of went on my own little path, which I like to do every now and then, and just got these things that I thought he probably would have. Oh, he does have a canteen and Emperor's Tomb, I'm told. So that's pretty neato. That's pretty neato. Yeah. All right. So that's the recent acquisitions I've gotten in the past couple weeks, I suppose. But yeah, it's pretty cool. The binoculars are from World War One, actual World War One, British officer binoculars from World War One. Why do I have things like this? Because I want them and they're awesome. And they're at a home where I love them. It's not just sitting on someone's shelf waiting to be sold. I have these things now and they're cool. They're part of this now. They're part of my stuff. So I need to do a photo shoot with all this stuff eventually. But yeah, I already went through all this stuff. I just want to go over real quick. There's some people that may not know so much about me. And I just kind of want to give you some details on who I am. I am 44 years old. I grew up in the glorious 80s. What a time to be alive as a child. And I saw many of the Indiana Jones movies in theater for the first time. Not Raiders of the Lost Ark, but I did see Temple and Last Crusade, so that was really wonderful. I grew up in Clearwater, Florida. I lived there for 18 years, then I moved to Orlando, where I went to University of Central Florida, where I met, the people that kind of really inform your life and really get you going. And I'm still friends with many of them, and all of them, in fact. My close group of friends from college, I'm still friends with, and I love that. So I do miss, man, when I lived in Orlando, going to the theme parks back in the late 90s, early 2000s. You spend like $100 or something like that, if that, and you get in for the rest of the year. You can just go as much as you want. Those were beautiful, glorious times. You'd sometimes just go to a theme park for a ride because you had an hour to kill, then you just go back home. Man, that was so cool. So that was a really cool thing about living in Orlando, and I do miss that quite a bit. I don't miss the heat. But it has found me here in New York City, where I have lived since 2009. And this is where I've truly found myself. New York City is where I'm supposed to be. I can feel it in my heart. I don't know how long I'm supposed to be here for, but it's been a game changer in the best of ways. My life went on the path it was supposed to go, and I know that now because look at all this stuff that I have, and my wife is just incredible. I have an amazing dog, my job, it's just funny enough. This all started because of bad stuff. I'm going to get a little deep. I didn't really know if I was going to go here, but why the hell not? You might as well hear about this. So after college, I had a bad breakup, and I had a friend that offered me to move out to Los Angeles to be his roommate. And I did that because it was a change I needed, so I did it. And for a good while, I had a good handle of it, and I was doing cool stuff. I was doing background things. I was doing my own little projects with people and a couple like reality TV shows like Blind Date. Yeah, so if you look up worst date ever on Blind Dates, you'll recognize the face right off the bat. And 20 years ago, bad bombing. Those were rough days. And I was 24 when I did this, and I was living on my own with friends I had, but no one super close. And I eventually ended up really screwing myself over, really, really bad, and others. My roommate was, God bless him, he dealt through a lot of shit when I was out there. And eventually I just, I kind of ruined his life and mine. I didn't have enough money, and I ended up having to move out and staying in my car. I slept in my car's trunk many times for 2 weeks. And eventually I found someone that let me stay, and I realized I needed to go back home to Florida. But I did. I was technically homeless for 2 weeks, and it was quite an experience, which is strange at the time that I didn't realize how dire it was, because you're trying to survive, you're trying to keep going, and it's just something that I went through, and it is honestly why you will always see me positive. Not always, but 95% of the time you'll see me very happy, because I'm not that kid anymore. I'm not sleeping in the trunk of my car anymore. And when you have a low point like that, everything else is a high point. And so I just want to tell you folks that I've been through some shit, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't fun. It was very, very hard, but luckily I had people that let me stay on their couches and stuff like that. I was at a low point, and people helped me out to get back to where I could level off to here and find my certain paths because of that bad thing that happened. I would not have moved back to Florida if that didn't happen, and I wouldn't have met my group of friends at a restaurant where I got a restaurant job for the first time ever. And those are the group of friends. That's the group of friends that changed everything for me. Beyond that, I learned how to be a better person, ironically, through these guys. And I was going to move back to LA, and my friend Rich, his sister, moved up here, and he said, "Why don't you come up here with me instead?" Because he knew what I had been through out there, but he was like, "Come up here with me instead." And I thought, you know what? All right, let's try New York. I visited here once with an ex for like 3 or 4 days. I knew within 15 seconds, yeah, New York City is meant for me. And so I ended up here, and that's the path that got me to my current job, meeting my wife, having my best of friends, and getting to the point where I have all this crazy stuff. And I don't know that this all would have happened if I didn't have that low point. If I didn't have those couple of weeks just trying to make it in the car, where, it's funny enough, I remember getting really good sleep in the trunk of that car. And it was a big trunk. It was a Pontiac Grand Am, I think it was. It was a big trunk, I will say. At least I picked them well. After my car had gotten repoed. My car also got repoed while I was out there. So I had to find something. I just kept on going for it, and just, never really gave up, though I should have given up earlier, because it did cost people money, and it's not cool to have to owe a lot of money like that. But I ended up actually paying the roommate that I screwed over a good portion of what I owed him, and I offered to pay the rest, and he said, "No, this is enough. This gets me to a wonderful place. I actually really needed this right now in my life," and it just made me feel so good that I could do something like that. And with something that I owed, that was a horrible part of my life that I kind of closed off, and it was helping someone else to do that. The person I screwed over, it was helping that person really, really, really well, and that just, it kind of puts a lot of things in perspective. And, I just got to keep going. Everyone's got to keep going. Everyone has to keep moving and doing the best they can. And I like to think that Indiana Jones was a huge factor in me keeping on going, because he doesn't give up, and I don't either. I got to tell you, I don't either. So yeah, didn't think I'd get into all that, but I did. So, yay! All right, folks. So now you know a whole lot more about me, and I'm glad about it. I'm very, very glad for it. It's something that I've kind of kept close to myself. A couple other people knew about it, and I just feel like it's time to hell with it, get it out there. I do have the same phone number that I had out there 20 years ago. I have a Los Angeles area code, and I bounce back and forth as to whether or not I should change that, because it's something I like to keep for humility. There's no way I'll ever forget what happened to me, but that phone number adds that little extra. Never fucking forget what happened out there. And I don't, and I won't, but, bad shit leads to good shit, and lessons are learned, and luckily I learned many good lessons, and now I can talk to you all about my Indiana Jones stuff. How the hell about that? That's, at this point, I consider that a hell of a good life. I'm only 44, but I've considered where I've gotten to. I've lived like 8 lives, 8 different lives throughout the life I've led, and this is a damn good one because of all that other shit I had to climb up. The stairs of shit, stairs of shit leads to a nice level of happiness. Anyway, so let's get into the questions that people asked me. That was really, really cool. I did see people ask some questions real quick. I'm going to scroll back and see if I could see them. Yipesies, I saw someone ask, have I met Harrison Ford? I think it was. Yes, have I met Harrison Ford? And the answer is no. I don't know if I could. I don't know how I would deal with that. That'd be a rough one. I don't know if I would be able to handle it. I mean, for people who know Mystery Science Theater 3000, I met TV's Frank in Times Square. That alone, I just was for TV's Frank. And, you know, to me, he's super fucking famous. But for Harrison Ford, for that level of someone I care about to be that kind of famous, my face would melt like the guy at the end of Raiders. Or maybe explode. Who's to say? But I don't know. I don't know if I want to, you know. I hear he's a really, really great guy, and I hear he's a very, very funny, pleasant guy. But it's nice. It's nice to just have a disconnect sometimes. Because if I were to see him, I'd be like, he doesn't need to know anything I feel right now. I don't know. But then someone would be like, get the fuck over there, and I'd be like, oh, whoopsies, hello there. Anyway, so also if someone asked about this. This is my Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade little 8x10, I think it is. Poster signed by John Rhys Davies, Julian Glover, Sean Connery, Allison Doody, Steven Spielberg, and Harrison Ford. That is from my wife for my birthday this year. That blew me away. I can't believe that it's mine. I'm not big on signatures. I only have a few. I actually have, let's see, I have Margot Kidder, Christopher Reeve, Trey Parker, and Matt Stone. I sent Trey Parker and Matt Stone an invitation to my college graduation because I was really super obsessed with South Park at the time. And they sent me back a little picture of the South Park boys with their signatures. That was kind of cool of them. They didn't have to do that. So yeah, I only have those signatures, and then this. I'm going to keep it at that. I love that. You know, it's fun. It's fun. It's neat. I don't know if there's any other questions that I saw on there, so I'll just move on to the things that people submitted to me. Indiana Joker, 1992, great name, did not have a question, but rather just wanted to wish everyone a very happy Marcus Brody Monday. And that's something he came up with. He came up with a bunch of different things for the days of the week. Tuesday is Tote Tuesday. The bad guy from Raiders of the Lost Ark, that the guy that burns his hand. Wednesday, I'm sure you all know that. That's Tote. Wednesday is Willy Wednesday. Love that one. Thuggy Thursday. I love them all. Thuggy Thursday is great. Obviously, the pre-existing Ford Finger Friday, or that I've tried to modify a little bit, Ford Fist Friday, where you just kind of Happy Friday, motherfucker. And Sala Saturday. Wonderful, that one. And, of course, Short Round Sunday. Very clever. That was wonderful. I love that little message you sent me. And it's, it's fun to have little things like this to keep you going throughout the week. Even if it's just a simple movie reference. You might be excited about doing something the next day just because of that. It's fun to have. So maybe I'll try to make some of those a thing. Maybe not all of them, but maybe some of them. Maybe all of them. Who's to say? We could try. Who's to say is something I say a lot. I notice things that I oversay in these. I don't know why. As far as I can tell, I think I got it from a Looney Tunes cartoon. No, I didn't. No, it wasn't that. Shit. I can hear Daffy Duck's. No, shit. All right, let's just move on. It's either Daffy Duck or Sylvester the cat. But they're saying, like, so what's to know? So it has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Jesus H. Christ. So yeah, that's fun. Austin Raposo, right? That's how you say it. Asks if I was in an indie movie, would I rather be indie or someone else in the movie in the adventure along with him? And I got to tell you, that is something I have thought about. Because I am an actor, I guess. I am an actor. I just haven't done so much lately, but it's in me. I can do it, and I love it. This is fulfilling a whole lot of that creative edge. So I do kind of, some point, do want to get back into acting a little bit, because as long as I'm in New York City and I am in the Screen Actors Guild Union, so I do want to do something with that eventually, other than commercial. But commercials are also very fun. Don't get me wrong, and they're not so bad there neither. So were I to be somehow magically given the choice of being like, okay, you're either going to be Indy in this next movie or you're going to be his buddy in the next movie. They both have obviously wonderful merits of doing. Indy would have a huge, Jesus Christ, that would be rough. That would maybe be the worst recasting response to anything ever. But you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I would do it. I would give it a shot. I know I would kick ass at it. I know that I would. and I know that I would have a whole lot of fun doing it. But were I to be just a buddy, or someone else in the movie along with the ride, I'd be very fucking happy about that. But I got to tell you, as I'm saying this, I'd rather be indie. I'd rather be indie. I would like to try at some point to do. Oh god, I don't want to say these words, but I guess saying it makes it happen for real. I do want to make like a little short film eventually. I don't know if I want to involve anyone else or just do it my damn self. Creatively, I tend to do things alone. I don't know why, but I like to do that stuff alone. And I need to learn how to be better at that and be open to it. So I do want to do an indie short with other people. And indeed, I have talked to Deanna Reiser about potentially doing that someday. So I think that that is going to happen. I know that it's going to happen. And that's going to be fucking cool because I can either go funny with it, I can go goofy. That is my instinct. That is my tongue itches. That is what I would want to do if I could find it naturally. I mentioned before, Michael J. Fox was a huge inspiration to me. I don't know if I mentioned it this much, but I would see him get laughs in Family Ties as a little kid. And since that, as a very little kid, I've always just wanted to make people laugh. And making people laugh makes me so fucking happy. It makes me want to rip things right off. And I won't, because I'm not being funny right now. But that'd be a question whether I do serious. On my own, I feel like this is the question. With Riser, I would want to do it seriously, like you just mentioned in the comments before you. I just realized I wasn't recording this and I can't read back the comments. Damn it all. I'm going to do it right now. You know what? I still got some more questions. I'm just going to screen record. This is something you can do to play back comments to yourself, folks. You may not know about it, but you can. You can do that. You just screen record, then you see all the comments, because when you play this again, Instagram doesn't save this. It doesn't do none of that. It doesn't want to do none of that. All right, so that was an awesome question, Austin. Awesome question. Austin question, awesome. Nathan Smith Finley, our wonderful Nathan, is curious if there are any unicorn indie gear items left on my list that I have yet to acquire. That's a good one. Remaining, yeah, it would be, yeah, god damn it, that Trent Ryan, he just got half of a Dial of Destiny, and that is beautiful. I didn't ask God, I wasn't sure if it was made of metal, but it sure looks like it's real. And that is something that I would really, really want, because as you can see, I got everything from the ones that I love. You'll note there's a lack of a crystal skull, which honestly I wouldn't mind a crystal skull from that Disney one is that's pretty cool. That thing's pretty cool, but also note that there's not that much space here, so I'm fine with that, a crystal skull. Were I to get a Dial Destiny though, it would go behind everything, and that would look pretty fucking cool, I think. So hopefully we'll see what happens one day. That would be that items you asked. So I'll try to give you two more things. I have ordered them, and I didn't mention it before because they're so far off, but I don't really care. I did order a couple more Steele and Jones jackets because they are the best and I need them. I ordered a Truck and Jones, a Truck Chase from Raiders, weathered to the gills, as weathered as possible, and a Temple of Doom, end of the movie, all wrinkled and tattered as can be. Not tattered, I don't think he tatters them up, but it'll be old and messed up looking, and lambskin, because I have one in cowhide. I don't really see one in lambskin for some reason. It just doesn't happen that much, so I just want to make that happen, and it's going to be not till February. But luckily, as I've mentioned a few times, I'm 44. Next February, that'll be, I don't know, like 6 weeks from now. That'll be 6 to 8 weeks. That's what it's going to feel like. Because once you get older, the days, they go. They flow. And we're losing the point here. Nathan Smith Finley also asks, what piece of gear do I find I use the most in my day-to-day life? Well, there's two. This one I don't really wear that much outside. Because, I was walking around today and it just started fucking raining out of nowhere. It was not supposed to rain. It rained earlier. That was supposed to happen. But later on, I'm walking my dog. It wasn't supposed to be raining. And of course, it was sprinkling. So I don't really wear hats outside all the time, for fear of them getting messed up. Because, it's never going to be just a sprinkle. You got to run right in, because here in New York City, holy shit, it'll just become a torrential downpour like you're in Lost, like you're on the island of Lost, and you can't see nothing because it's rain. And just a moment ago, it's just tiny little sprinkles, tiny little happy little sprinkles coming down from the sky. Let me do some quick ASMR for everybody out here. I hear that sound is pleasing to some of you, and that pleases me. That makes me happy. There you go, Morgan. There you go. So, yeah, my jacket, I would say, my current truck chase jacket, that is from Wested, that's my beat-up jacket. That one I have actually beaten up. I throw it down the sidewalk, I scrape up against it on the walls and on sidewalks. Why not? I might sometimes roll around on the sidewalk in my jacket sometimes. I'm that guy that you see doing that. And it's one that I don't mind wearing in the elements, so I feel fine with it. It's just water. It's just water in the thing. I drank once on the show, and that threw me for a loop, because I do drink normally, but for some reason, set and setting, I was drinking on here, and it was just hitting me hard like I was a fucking freshman in college. So I don't know if I'll do that anytime soon. We'll do it to celebrate something. or other. We'll have drinks. All of us who drink should have drinks on the show sometime. That would be fun. I don't know if I want to do a request to join, because you don't request to join. We all know that you don't request to join. You can request to join right now if you want. Fuck if I care. Go ahead, request to join. This is all about me, motherfuckers. This is all about me, baby. Some more ASMR for everybody. Have fun. Clinkety, clinkety, clink. So yeah, my truck chase jacket and my Westiny, my Dial of Destiny jacket is Dial of Destiny from Wested. We call it Westiny. It's cute. It's cute. Don't judge us. Don't judge us. It's a jacket that I love to wear. It's a heavier one than my truck chase one is, and it's also a lighter brown. So I feel like I'm wearing two totally different things. I don't feel like I'm wearing an Indiana Jones jacket all the time when I'm wearing them. I feel like I've kind of made them my own at this point. It's like when I wear them with the outfit. This one is an Indiana Jones jacket. I don't take this one outside the house. This one's precious. This one's my precious to me. So the other things, I'll mess around with some of them, but for the most part, it's the Westiny and the Truck Chase by Wested. Wested, I just kind of... They're not as expensive as the Seal and Jones, so I have more fun with them, let's say. And I did say I kind of feel like I've made them my own. But yeah, the jackets. The jackets is something I would say I utilize the most in my daily life. But I do wear the hat quite a bit. I usually wear my Raiders hat, my regular Herbert Johnson hat. I don't like wearing my Streets of Cairo hat all the time as just a hangout hat. I don't know why. I like that one with the gear. I like that one with the gear. But yeah, my Raiders, and then it's my Dial of Destiny hat. Funny, first and last, the first and last ones. That one looks. I feel on me, looks just like a normal hat. Again, I feel like I've made it my own. I'm not wearing an Indiana Jones hat when I put that on. It just looks cool. It just looks neato. Yeah, I said neato. All right, I said it. And I won't forget it. Furthermore, Nathan Finley also asks, and here's why I'm giving him 3. Because whenever I do one of these Ask Me Anything things, he always gives me a bunch. I don't always get a bunch. Sometimes I only get like 4. Sometimes I only get like 4 or 5. And I feel like he knows that. I don't think I've said anything about it, but maybe he knows it happens too, but he'll just give me a bunch. And I just really appreciate that, because I feel like this guy actually cares about me and cares about what I think. So that's why he's getting 3 questions tonight, my friends. Because he deserves it. He's a sweet kid. And I like talking to a lot. So, hey, Nathan, if you're out there, here's the 3rd one. I'm not doing 4. That's too much. You went too far with 4. But anyways, his question was, what has been my greatest gear acquisition to date? I will give you 2 different versions. in which I wear and which I have behind me. In which I wear this. My Last Crusade outfit. The first time that I put this on, the first time I saw this out of the package, I kind of went like, oh my god. And then I took it out. And before I even put it on, I could tell that's going to fit me. That is going to fucking fit me. And then I just kind of put it on and it just went shloomp. And I couldn't believe it. I sent a picture to Diego from Seal of Jones. And he said, like, we nailed it. Holy shit, we nailed it. You know, it's difficult to get this right, not being with the person. You know, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing with the measurements and stuff like that, but I just trusted what he was telling me to do. And the proof is in the pudding, my friends. This jacket, oh boy, it's so cool. And so that's the stuff that I wear. And, you know, funny enough, you'll see a theme here. My favorite prop acquisitions. This corner. This I just marvel at all the time. I know I've said it many times. This is my newest prop that I have, and I just think it's so fucking beautiful. Dark Matter props. Ramsey props, which I don't even know if he makes anything anymore on there. So I'm glad I got that. This was, again, this is a gift for my birthday from my wife. So 2 birthdays in a row, my wife has nailed the Last Crusade presents. These 2 goddamn things. You know, I'm gonna give her a foot massage tonight, just for that, just for having done that for my life, and it just makes me happy, man. It just makes me so happy to have this stuff. I know you shouldn't, be materialistic and covet possessions and shit like that, but no, fuck that. I covet. I'm coveting the fuck out of this. You'll get yours later. So yeah, Nathan, thank you for the questions. You're the best. Moving on, J Rebello 078 wonders what country would I like to see Indiana Jones go to that he hasn't already visited in an adventure. Love the hell out of that question. That's a damn good one. And I will say it would be really, really cool to see him go to Colombia. Not only because I am half Colombian, which I should have mentioned before. I am half Colombian, which I'm very, very proud of. And you know, it's a cool little thing about me. That's a little out of the norm. I look like a white guy, but I'm not. You know, I got the dark eyes. People that speak Spanish, they know I speak Spanish via mis ojos. I don't know why, but it happens. It happens in real life, and it makes me happy. But yeah, Colombia, seeing him go to there would be really, really cool because, you know, there'd be plenty of shit for him to discover and cool place for him to go to in the jungle and stuff like that. I know we saw him in the jungle and Raiders, but it would just be so cool to see the main MacGuffin be. Well, I guess Crystal Skull was sort of in the jungle as well, but I also thought Australia. That would be awesome to see Indy go to. There would be the comparisons, obviously, to Crocodile Dundee, and maybe rightfully so, who's to say? I said it again. Damn it all. Everyone do a shot when I say who's to say. Not right then. We're not doing that right now. That'll kill you. That's like 8 already. But yeah, Colombia, Australia. Those would be my answers for that. That would be really, really cool. Now we haven't seen. So the video game locations, I would love to see all those. That would be really, really awesome. But I don't think those things that were in any video games. Maybe in books, who's to say? Fuck, why do I keep on saying that? Utah Indie, Sam Raff, I believe, asks, what do I feel is the most powerful indie artifact? That's a good question. I mean, the questions that you're sending me here, these are great questions, my friends. Thank you very much for making this very fun for me. But I would say that, I mean, I don't have the Ark of the Covenant, but I don't know. I feel like the Ark of the Covenant could, well, you know, both of them would fuck you over. I feel like these things know when you're evil and when they're not, because evil tries to take it, bad shit happens to you. So, but most powerful wise would probably be the Ark, because that thing took out a shit ton of Nazis all at once, and what a beautiful scene that is, my friends. When all the lights are lighting up, practical effects. Oh, practical effects. Oh my god, I love them so much. And it just levels them, and that's cool. But I would say that would probably be pretty powerful too. That would probably be pretty bad in the wrong hands. So yeah, I guess if a bad guy were to drink from it, I guess that would make him live forever. But then he'd have to cross the seal, and then he would lose it. So, whatever. But yeah, that's a good question. So, Indiana Jones, moving on. Indiana Jones of Florida asks, having worn the Indy outfit so much, is it practical enough to take on a real adventure? Hell yes / God no. When I went on my vacation last summer wearing this outfit here, it was just like, I don't know, like mid-70s out, but I was out there quite a bit. And outside cracking that whip, licorice whip. And I was fucking hot. There's a couple pictures you can see. I'm just soaked. I look like I jumped. I look like I jumped in the ocean or did the ice bucket challenge to myself. And so that's a huge downfall for the outfit. But all the bugs and stuff like that, all the obstacles you come across. Hell yeah, man! This. You fall on the ground, fall in some gravel, scoot, you're fine. It'll hurt a little bit, but you're good to go. So yeah, I would wear this on a real adventure. I would like to do that. In fact, it'd be a hell of a lot of fun. And yes, I know that the stones would be good, but we didn't really see what they could do other than catch on fire. So it's just like we're going on Molaram's word that they would rule the world. That would rule the world with it. But we saw examples of what the other things could do. That just burned a hole through one of these things. But I guess all three together, maybe you combine them and it's like crossing the streams, and it just becomes one powerful stream of geyser, a huge fucking geyser of glowing light. God damn it! What have you done to me, Caleb? Moving forward. Josh Ramsey asks, what was my first piece of indie merchandise? There's a couple different ways I could answer that, I suppose. Like first, I suppose it would be, the Last Crusade tape, which, this isn't it, but I do have one. Sealed for my pleasure. I haven't played it yet. But this, man, the commercial at the beginning of this with the Diet Coke, I think? I don't know if it's Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi. Oh, man, you'd watch this just for that beginning sometimes. Back in the day, the Batman tape, it had the Diet Coke thing, Diet Pepsi, one of the diet things. These tapes had awesome little things that once you rented them or bought them, little gifts that you didn't know were coming. And it was just so fucking cool. Back in the day. It'd be nice if we had shit like that happen again. Magic. Anyways, so that would be that. Clothing-wise, it would be whatever they sell at MGM Studios, because I did get a hat from there, and that was the only real gear I had for a while. I mean, I don't know where the hell I got my safari shirt. That first Halloween I did it. Way back in 2000, I think it was. But, yeah, it was an MGM hat. I don't know if that's the Waldorf Astoria hat. What do I want to say? Dorfman Pacific hat. Waldorf Astoria hat would be really, really nice and really, really expensive. Of this new ilk, it was the Herbert Johnson. Well, no, the Wested Raiders jacket was the first real good piece where it was a little more screen accurate, and that's what started the bug. That's what it all began with, as it happens, and we all got one little thing that happens with. So, MJ Sinclair asks, if my favorite indie movie has changed over the years, maybe a few times. It absolutely has, even this year. I'll get to that later on, but usually I do have one answer, but boy, every now and then, this other one, it just kind of takes the lead. And some of you understand why, and some of you will understand why. You'll see. We'll get there in moments, because it leads up to someone else kind of asking this similar question. So anyways, Joshua Letterville asks, do I think Indy has ever reclaimed the fertility idol from the opening of Raiders? That's a great question, and that's something I have kind of thought about in regards to having this stuff. I don't pretend that I'm Indiana Jones. I don't think I am. I obviously am not. I know I'm not. But with this stuff, there's a part of me that kind of likes to pretend it's Indy looking at his shit back home. Not that obviously, but like this floor right here, this level right here. I've come up with the with my own little self story that Indy would come home and just be bummed about the shit he couldn't get or that he wasn't able to save or whatever, and well, Marcus would make it for him. Marcus would learn how to do, learn how to make the object and be like, I mean, this you may not have the real thing, Indy, but here you are. And that's just something that I've kind of come up with, and I like that. It's a cute little thing. It's like a what a father figure might do. I don't know, but yeah. So that's what I think happened. So I don't think he reclaimed the real one, but I think Marcus made one for him, and also to save money from having to have him go to Marrakesh. Yeah, might be a weird answer, but that's my answer. You asked it. Deal with it. So anywho, Karis Lane 20, our old buddy Karis Lane 20 asks which Indiana Jones film I've watched at the cinema and which is. Oh, I'll answer that first. All of them. I didn't see Raiders on the first run, but I did see everything else on the first run. I saw Temple of Doom, I saw Last Crusade, saw Crystal Skull, and I saw Destiny, obviously, many, many times. So I've seen them all, but I did see Raiders a couple times on a movie screen since then. There was a place in Orlando that played all three movies back in the day. There was only the three. And I was sat there all goddamn day. My ass was in those seats for 8 hours or however long it was. And that was a beautiful day. That was a really, really lovely day. And then I saw them do the live orchestra thing at New York Philharmonic Orchestra at Lincoln Center. And that was the best way I've seen it on the screen. So that was really, really cool. So yeah, I've seen them all. I've seen them all on screen. And who is my second and third favorite character, he asks. That's a good one. I gotta go with Marcus and Sala. Sala number one of the supporting characters for me. I've always loved Sala so much. His sense of humor, his joyfulness, his happiness. It always just makes me so happy. Man, when I saw Dial of Destiny for the first time and he leaves singing "I'm the Monarch of the Sea," I cried. I definitely cried. That that character, I guess would be comic relief in a way, but he stands more to me than just comic relief. He stands up for Indy. He's his best friend. Whether Indy thinks he's his best friend or not, Sala thinks Indy is his best friend, and that's pretty wonderful. So yeah, Sala and Marcus, of course, the other father figure that he needed throughout life, is he's classy as can be in Raiders. He's goofy in Crusade, and I love both versions. Damn it all. I've learned to like the part where his head comes off the statue in Crystal Skull, and Indy just kind of like looks at, fuck, was that my spit or a little net? And then Indy looks at old Shia LaBeouf and just kind of gives him this scowl. I'm starting to enjoy that. I'm starting to really enjoy that. So that's pretty funny. This question. This fucking question. Connor Gruel asks, nothing. I'm kidding. He tempts his fate by asking, how does it feel to know that a kid knows more about the Indiana Jones score than I do? Oh, child. Oh, young. Oh, you young. This happens, I saw on Reddit people thinking they discovered, Jennifer Aniston makes this noise on Friends. You'll never be able to unhear it. I discovered this, and I'm 20 years old. And it's like, where the fuck do you think we were when the show came out? We know things. Us old farts know things. So yeah, I'm willing to take a quiz against Connor. I'm willing to do it, and I'm willing to lose. If I lose, I'll be proud of you, Connor. I'll be happy. I'll be happy that someone else knows this shit more than I do and is as sad as I am about it. Because that would be beautiful. That would be wonderful. Because that means kids are actually listening to these things. Even if it's just you, I'll take it, I suppose. Spread the word. Try to get other people to like it too. but also like other film scores. Like other film scores. It's my favorite kind of music. You know, watch Superman the movie. Watch the Star Wars movie, for Christ's sakes. Oh, good, that neighbor's dog is barking. Shrieking, more like it. It's just fucking shrieking. So yeah, we'll see if this quiz happens. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It could be rigged. I don't care if I lose. I lose, but if I win, I'm not going to rub it in. You understand that? I'm not going to rub it in. Because what's the point? I got nothing to prove. I love these songs. I love these musics. I love the stuff that John Williams does. So it's not going to be a stressful thing for me. It's going to be fun. However it goes, it's going to be a good time for two of us. All right? The two of us. We're going to have fun with it. I don't know when the hell that'll happen, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, moving on. Only a couple more. Tuxedo Mirage Cosplay asks, what is my personal holy grail from my indie collection? If I had to pick one damn thing that... Yeah. Just go... I mean, I haven't even gone through every single page. Every page is full of detail, and I don't know if it's movie-based or this guy just made shit up, but it sure looks real. It feels real. It smells real. It's beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, this would be my second favorite one, the Cross of Coronado. It just feels so incredible. I mean, it's hefty. You could whack someone with this one, and they would not wake up. Ever? Who's to say? For a while? Sure, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They wouldn't wake up for a while. Yeah, no, they would, they'd be out. So yeah, that's, I keep on going back to Last Crusade, because as you can see, it's my favorite one. Which we're getting to soon. This cross was made by Dark Matter Props. This is one of those beautiful ones that they introduced earlier this year, I believe it is. If there's one thing I would want, I don't even know if I'd want it, like it to be weathered. It's kind of gorgeous as it's just clean, as it's just like it's the only item I really like that's clean, because it just shines and it's beautiful, and it kind of deserves to be clean. I wouldn't mind seeing what it looks like weathered. I'm not going to do it myself. Did this just break? It's just slipping. Bag's just slipping, as is my mind. Alright, so yeah. Good. Moving on. Netherworld Indie. Very cool name. Wonders what I'm hoping for most for the Great Circle game. I'll give you a couple things. First of all, most importantly for me, a very easy mode. A story mode, some may call it. Just a mode for old person. A mode for I work. A mode for I work 5 days a week. There should be a mode for I work a full-time job. I don't want to be stressed out by this fucking game. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to have to look up how to do something. I just want to play and have fun. That's my number one. That's what I want from the Great Circle. Because some of these fucking video games, I play video games to have fun. You know, to relax, to de-stress. But when I stress out, Jesus H. Christ, I'm playing, what is it, Last of Us Part 2, and I just recently, and I know that it's been a while that it's come out, and as I'm playing it, I remembered, wait, that's why you haven't played this in a while, because these games are so fucking hard, and I would just start a level, and my blood pressure would rise, because I'd hear like, click, 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 that's that fucking noise that those clickers make, and see, as you can tell, there's something happened in there. I don't know. It was going here and then badoom, something there. Hopefully that wasn't my appendix. I figure if you could push in, it wouldn't be your appendix. So let's just go on and guess it's not the appendix. But yeah, number one, easy mode. Like really easy mode. Like stupid. I'm stupid mode. I need an I'm stupid mode from games. All games need an I'm stupid mode because I'm stupid. All right. I don't want to have to scroll through a fucking IGN walkthrough to figure out what to do next. Just let me play the game and let me have fun and let me see the cool cutscenes. All right, I love cutscenes. Let me get to the cutscenes. Yeah, cutscenes. Number two, I would say the score. Oh, I want it to be a good score. It has to be a good score. I don't need the voice to be great because I'm used to the voice of I don't know, the guy who does it in Fate of Atlantis, who comes back for the one after that, in the voice of the video game. So I'm used to other voices being indie, so I can deal with that. There's ways I would like this voice to be, which I'll probably oftentimes think like I could do better than that. I could have done that better than that, or AJ could have done better than that. He's a professional at this. I'm just the guy having fun. Doug Lee, yes, Steve, thank you very much. So yeah, honestly, a lot of times when I'm reading something, it's Doug Lee's voice I hear. It's not Harrison Ford. Weirdly enough, because I think it's because, Doug Lee represents to me other indie. Not cinematic indie. Harrison Ford is cinematic indie, but for everything else, I read a comic book, I'm hearing Doug Lee's voice, the guy who did it in Fate of Atlantis, and it just happens naturally. I don't know why, but it's a thing. It's something I do. In part 3, as I said about the voice, it's not as important to me. Yeah, let's go with part 3. I mean, the voice is still important to me. Let's not bullshit each other. Don't crap on my foot and tell me that you're dropping mashed potatoes on it. That's a new saying. We'll try that one out. We'll see if a tattoo of that ever happens. All right, and the last question, which moves on to my finality of it all. Tanishka Tripathi 29 asks, since when have I been a fan of the indie movies, and which one is my favorite? Well, golly, my friends, I've been a fan of Indiana Jones since, I would wager, the age of 2, since 1982. Since 1982, I would guess, is when my cognitive abilities formed enough for me to like something. And I liked Indiana Jones. I liked Star Wars. I liked Superman. Those three big ones. And I still love them all. But so since I was 2 years old, I've loved Indiana Jones because when I've said this many times, it's like I'm proud of it. I don't know why, it just happens. I was 4 years old when Temple of Doom came out, and I was really, really excited about it. So I know that I'd already had existing love. I can't remember having seen Raiders many times as a child, but I know I did see it. I know I did see it because my next door neighbor we'd quote things from it every now and then, like he'd be Marion and I'd be Indy, or I'd be Marion and he'd be Indy. It was a wonderful time. It was a wonderful time to be kids. We had some badass movies, man. We had some badass movies. So yeah, I've been a fan of them 42 years. 42 years, I would say. And here's the 42 more at least. Wait, how old will that make me? Yeah, all right. 84? Or no, 86? Jesus Christ. 86. I figure around 86, 87 if I tap out. Yeah, that's a good run. And like I've mentioned, I've already lived about 8 lives, so hopefully I only have one left, because this you don't have one life to live. You have a good amount, and no matter what happens, you just got to find the next goddamn life. We're not getting back into that shit. So yeah, which one is my favorite? This kind of goes back to an earlier question. Do they ever go back and forth? Do we ever change your opinion? Yes. Most of the time, it's Last Crusade, as you can tell. Sting! But lately, and also throughout my life, Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom is so close to me in my rankings that sometimes, like, it's in a NASCAR race and just goes, yep, and Temple of Doom just pulled ahead of Last Crusade. Last Crusade's pull up. Nope, there goes Temple of Doom's going left faster than Last Crusade. There goes the Temple of Doom, and it wins the NASCAR race. There goes Temple of Doom. So yeah, Temple of Doom sometimes really is, to me, the best one. I know that Raiders is the most perfect one. I know it's the most perfect one. I know it's pretty much immaculate. It's incredible. But for me, Last Crusade, Temple of Doom, sometimes they switch. Then you go to Raiders, Dial of Destiny, Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull used to be down there for me. Like down there, like underneath the other ones. I've gotten them to be a little closer. I've gone from, I would say, a 6 for Crystal Skull to a 7.5. I waver. 7.5. I'm starting to really appreciate stuff, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun doing a show based on that entirely, where I try to find the positive in it, and I talk to someone who loves it also. That won't happen for a good while, because I am taking a break in after next week. Gum surgery, what can you do? I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how I'll look. If I don't look too bad, there's going to be things on my teeth. There's going to be like a gum type substance, a putty, sealed to my gums. Go to the dentist, floss, folks. Take care of things. Don't neglect them. It can happen fast. It can happen fast, my friend. They look all right. My teeth. It's just underneath bad shit's happening. So I'm taking care of all of that. If I don't, bad things could happen to my mouth and to interior stuff. Your teeth is all connected to your heart. If you didn't know that, the system is it's all goddamn connected. If you have like an infection in here, that shit can go there and then boom, get you. So folks, I can't stress it enough. Take care of your mouth, take care of your gums, because it's going to be putting me out of the game for a while. But also, I kind of consider it a season, you know? My season finale is next week, and it's going to be with Alex Arnold. We're going to be talking about The Dial of Destiny, which I haven't really talked about fully. About the movie itself, I've talked about the premiere, I've talked about other things. But old Alex and I, we're going to have a good time. He's a very fun fella. He's a very energetic fella, and I can't wait to have him on. A fellow Floridian, in fact. So that's going to be a great time. I can't wait for that. That'll be the final show of the season. I may come back every now and then to join on others' lives. Who knows? I have a great time doing that with Caleb. Maybe I could pop on with someone else every now and then. But for the Kev Indiana Jones show, it's next week is the season finale. And I will be back maybe end of July, but for sure in August, because there's something really, really fucking cool happening in August, and I can't wait to share it with you all. But this was actually a whole lot of fun. This was a whole lot of fun. I didn't think just talking about myself would be that fun, but it was. And I'm getting better at it, you know? This could be good for auditions for acting and shit, you know? Being more comfortable with looking at myself and talking to myself. That's chaos theory. Okay, so going back, I did notice that Zachy. I'm gonna do that every time I see you ask something. If anyone's wondering why I say that, it's from Saved by the Bell. And if you don't know why I'm saying it like that, you're probably young. So Zach probably doesn't even get it, but you know, I don't care. All right, Zachy. He wonders who's my favorite indie sidekick, Sala or Marcus and Wyo. I guess I already answered that. Basically, Sala is, but Marcus is a damn close one. So you already knew that was those are my two favorites. Not Marcus is my runner up, but yeah, Sala would be it. All right, you know what, friends? I'm gonna call it. Holy crap, this was fun. Yeah, so thank you all for the questions. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here with me on this ridiculous journey of cosplay and discovery, self-discovery. You know, talking about my past really kind of made me. I feel like I lost a little weight there. That was good. That was good for me to do, and I appreciate you. You know, letting me be honest and not just talk about indie stuff, but about serious stuff that happens in our lives, in my life in particular, obviously. And you know, if I can call you my audience, I do call you my audience because you guys, you all tune in every week, and that's fantastic, my friends. Really, thank you so much. I say this, I don't want it to ever sound like I'm downplaying it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this and for being supportive and for being fun and happy and nice. It's just, the world needs it, you know, we all need it, and the fact that I can share what I love with others and they can share that back, and it's not just a circle of life, it's a circle of love, and that's one thing we got here at the Indiana Jones cosplay community. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart once again, and I'll see you next week for the last episode of the season, and until then, fortune and glory, my friends. Fortune and glory.